Hello and welcome to Final Fantasy 13 again, and immediately we've gone into a nicely rendered cutscene, so I'll let this play out.
逃げようったって無駄だぞ。
中はどうなってんだ。
そう焦んな。おとなしくしてりゃすぐ入れる。いい子にしてろ。
約束はできね
威勢いいね。いつまで持つかな。
住所がお見えです。止まれ。君がスノーク、シドレインズ、この部隊を預かっている。
手厚い護送をどうも。
すまない。君には少し聞きたいことがあってね。伝説の通りなら彼女は使命を果たしたということになるか。
セラ
呪われし存在、パルスのルシとしての使命を。
セラが国軍の敵だってのか。
多くの者はそう考えるさ。パルスについて我々はあまりにも無知だからな。国運のために君らの真実を知りたいのだ。
国軍のため。ルシだって国軍の人間だ。それを追い出そうって関係ない人間までパージして、それが国軍のためかよ。
それが政府のやり方だ。知らないからこそ人は怯える。立て続けに起きたパルスの恐怖に市民はもう限界に近い。そこで政府は次なる計画を打ち出した。ルシの公開処刑だ。所詮市民は無知だからな。恐怖の対象を目の前で消してやればそれだけで安堵する。
くそ。
すでに他のルシたちの情報も政府の手中にある。時間の問題だろうな。
あいつらは捕まらないさ。
ならば君に協力してもらうほかない。
セラ。冗談だろ。
本気だから。
いきなり別れるって言われてもな。離れ離れも悪かないさ。ああ、会うまでずっとそうだったんだ。でも会っちまった。一人でいるより一緒の方が幸せだって分かっちまった。今さら一人は絶対無理だ。
勝手に決めないでよ。
そんなに別れたいか。
別れたいんじゃなくて別れるの。会うのは今日が最後。とにかくもう私に付きまとわないで。
何があった。理由ぐらい教えてくれ。俺が悪いんだったら言っちゃえよ。
て。パルスの印、ルシになったの。国運の敵、人間の敵。これで分かった。あなたは敵なの。さよなら。
セラ。セラ、どこだ。
Okay, well that was quite a cutscene in the end there. A lot of stuff happened there. We of course met Cid for the first time in this game, and you know it's a Final Fantasy game finally when you get around to meeting him. As far as I'm concerned, that's the point when you hit your stride in a Final Fantasy universe. So this isn't exactly a difficult cutscene. We just sort of wander around, go here, talk to her.
何よ深刻な顔しちゃってさ。きついこと言わせてもらうけどね。
Then we go back out here, and the simple act of doing that has mysteriously spawned Sarah on this pier, so kind of a pointless little bit that, but oh well.
Se라! 使命はルシには使命があるんだろう。俺も手伝う。何でもする。一緒にやろう。
ダメ、一緒にいたらセーフ。
俺は一緒がいいんだよ。どうなっても。マサラ一人は絶対無理だ。わ
からないの。使命なんてわからなくて、このまま怪物に。
絶対助ける。ずっと守る。使命を見つけて一緒にやろうな。
伝説の通りなら使命が済んだらクリスタルだよ。
大丈夫だ。使命を果たしたルシはクリスタルになって永遠を手に入れる。永遠ってことは死ぬわけじゃねえ。なんとかなるさ。俺たちはずっと一緒だ。
たとえ死しか待っていなかったとしても、セラならきっと最後まで戦ったと思う。
So there was quite a bit happened there, as I said before, and yeah, it's one of those cutscenes that really moves the game along a little bit. We've got another one here, but this one won't be anywhere near as long, and it will introduce us to the next zone that we'll be working our way through. So we're back to the blue stuff.
なんとか来れましたね。
ても振り切ったか。
でもここにも軍隊がいるんでしょ。油断できませんね。
だな。行くぞ。私が前衛、お前はバックアップだ。
僕が前に。
できるのか。
できるできないの問題じゃないです。
いい度胸だな。前だけ見てろ。背中を守る。
はい。
So yeah, this is an area where we run along these platforms for a bit. There's lots of animals to fight, and there's a boss at the end. I'll just grab that save point, so we'll do that. Yep, that one. And we spend, I think we spend pretty much all of this with Hope and Lightning. We get to meet some new enemies though, so you'll see fairly generous use of the Libero technique here. Off on these guys. The only annoying part is that we end up being the Ravager and not the Commando. Should probably check too while we're here, just to make sure that everyone's Crystarians are up to date. I think they're fairly close, but it's always worth checking just at the start, just to make sure. Yeah, this is a fairly interesting looking area. What have we got? Yeah, okay, so we'll just spend the points. We're going to keep him as a Ravager for as much as we can, so we'll fill out that. Yeah, we'll get Quake, that, and see if we can't go for that roll level mode. No, not quite. Okay. And again, just fill her out with the Commando, get Ravage. Yeah. So even though it's a Commando ability, it's called Ravage. It's a... I'm just trying to remember. I think it's a ranged AoE that she uses every so often. You'll probably see her use it automatically as we fight some of these enemies. There's a couple of enemies that are new variants of enemy types we've already come across. In fact, we've got one of those there. So, we'll just clear these guys out. And you see Lightning using her launcher there too. Actually no, we had the Thextron in the last zone, didn't we? So I don't need to live with that, which is good. The downside of being in charge of Hope instead of Lightning is that it means that I get to be the medic. Which isn't a big deal because it'll mostly just be auto-medicing, but it's kind of annoying because it means you end up being in the more passive battle role. Oh, did I get a preemptive? No? No. Okay. Wasn't quite sure there. But these guys won't be particularly difficult. There's not a lot of hard enemies through this area. It's fairly easy. It's just, again, as usual, keeping an eye on everyone's health, making sure that everyone stays alive, especially our party leader, who is going to get a heal right now. Oh, okay, Yin and Yang switched up to make her the medic. I forgot she had the medic ability. There we go. So we won't have to worry about medicing as Hope. Honestly, medicing as the active character just isn't that fun. So that's the other thing with this zone. There's lots of lifts.
いや、樹林の管理は森林監視大隊の担当だ。怖いか？
平気です。何が出ても戦いますよ。
貸してやる。お守りだ。
ライ イトさんついてきてよかったです。一人だったら怖がるだけでした。
It's a budding friendship.
行くぞ。バックアップを信頼して進むことだけ考える。
Okay, so
明かりを頼りに
save again, just here. Get this guy down. It's kind of funny how you only see one of them, but there's always two of them when you get into the battle. I suppose it's not really that funny, but these battles aren't particularly exciting or interesting. So I'm trying to lighten the mood, you know, just make this game more interesting than it really is. No, that's a lie. I think this game's interesting enough. I know it's not the most well-regarded Final Fantasy, but I have a lot of fun with it, and I do really like this battle system. And that's probably the thing that mostly keeps me playing. The story I can pretty much take or leave. I don't think it's a particularly great story, but there's not a lot that I'm going to be able to do about it, because it's not one of those games that has a particularly sort of non-linear narrative. So, but Final Fantasy was never about non-linear storytelling, I guess. So it was more about the combat and the getting through the story that it did want to tell. So, and in that regard, this game fits the mold perfectly. It'd be nice if we could get like an AoE there and stagger everyone. Oh, we're going to use Fira. Fira? Fira? I don't know. I always pronounce it Fira, but I'm pretty sure that's incorrect. Presuming that it's based on the word fire, it should probably be Fira. Anyway. Remember how I said there'd be new enemy types? We haven't come across a lot of them yet. Trust me guys, there are more further up. With regards to AoE abilities, I kind of wish that they were more commonly used. Like, they tend to get used based on enemy positioning, but sometimes even with the positioning, they don't seem to be used correctly. Of course, I say that, and Lightning uses one perfectly there to finish that fight, which is good, because if it had gone on any longer, I would have had to switch to Yin and Yang to get some heals off. But in general, I just feel that the AoE abilities in this game could be a lot better than they are. So you can see there's a new enemy just up there, which I think we'll have to fight in this group. Yep. So I'll just hit Link. And we want the Vespid at the back there. So. Okay. So here would be where I would think AoE would be good, but we don't use it at all. Once the skills are locked in, they won't dynamically change, even for the AI. So the AI never seems to cancel its ATB bar to dynamically change skills. The only way you can do that really is by paradigm shifting from the look of it. So. Lightning turns out to be a pretty good healer. She's very quick on the ball. Maybe it's just because there's only 2 people in the party, so it's pretty easy to figure that out. But she seems to be doing pretty good at it. I don't think I've put much into her medic tree either, so. Maybe I should put more into that. No, because later on she won't ever be a medic again, I think, pretty much after this round, after this area. But these aren't exactly difficult fights. I mean, your health will go down just because your health goes down, but as with most fights in this game, as long as you're smart, you don't have too much to worry about. There's that launch again. Just go yin and yang for safety here. See if she can heal herself too. There we go. Cool. Probably slow down the fight a little bit. May not 5-star it. Not a big deal. Flurry of fire. That's not one I've ever seen before. Ow, that hurts a lot. Gee, the Vespid has a very high stagger point, I'm just noticing. 230 is quite high for an enemy like that. So, without getting like a preemptive strike on it, I can't see us ever getting the stagger on one of these as we go through this area. It does have a lot more health than I remember it having though, so maybe we will. Probably not before we kill it. We're leveled up enough that it's not a big deal. So, get the stagger. And cleared. Excellent. You'll probably notice that I'm just checking down those dead ends. There's a couple of them that have chests hidden. So it's worth just keeping an eye out, just to make sure that you don't miss any of those chests. Because of course, before you unlock them, chests aren't actually ever shown on the map, so you have to actually look for them visually. Man, lightning jumped up a long way there for not any reason I can see. I'm sure there was a good reason for it, but I didn't notice her launch anything then, so... So yeah, this is mostly going to be fighting our way through here for the moment. Well, that one got broken. So... Okay, so I've got a big scary enemy up that way. I think he's protecting chest, so we'll go fight this guy. Yeah. This guy's not super tough, but we just need to keep an eye on stuff. Alpha Behemoth. That's right, we fought one of these guys before. I didn't really need to do that. We fought one back a while ago anyway, so... He has that charge attack. I think we should be able to get him down before he uses it. We'll see how we go. Just need to be smart about healing. We'll be okay. Should have let Lightning heal herself there. There we go. Okay, now back. I think there's one of the larger enemies that Lightning can actually launch too. If we get the stagger on, but the stagger point's quite high on this boss, so... Being able to launch enemies is really handy because it interrupts anything they do, and if you can keep them up there, once they're launched, they'll stay up there as long as they're taking damage, and as long as they're staggered. So, it's a really good way to prevent a lot of incoming damage, particularly from not so much tougher enemies, but those weaker enemies that just have the odd nasty thing that they'll do that, if you're not prepared for, will just stuff you about. So. Now we'll go back this way. I think this is the part where we jump up on some of these vines. Oh no, we just run under them. And into a cutscene. Cool.
サイコムが情報を伏せてる。ルシを逃がしたミスがバレるだろう。組織のメンツってやつだ。
なんだかバカバカしいですね。組織って。
おかげでここの警戒は緩い。 縄張り意識に感謝だな。
So I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I've never actually beaten Final Fantasy XIII. I have played this game all the way up to the last boss, but not actually beaten the last boss. I got up to him, I died a few times, and then I decided to come back to it later, and never did, so... so we'll save here. We'll probably go to the next save point after this one, assuming it's far enough away to make this video reasonable length. I'm probably going to cut back on the length of these videos, try and keep them maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. Shouldn't be any more sort of hour-long, 90-minute epic versions of this. Just because I think that's a more reasonable time to ask someone to sit down and watch. Sometimes I'll be a bit longer just because there's a lot of cutscenes, and I always want to include cutscenes and actual, you know, sort of playing in them. But occasionally, that might mean that there's a video that's more balanced towards one or the other. It also might mean that there's videos where not a lot of progression happens because I'm just fighting through monsters all the time. This isn't one of those videos because we had a lot of cutscenes at the start of it, but it'll probably happen in some videos that there'll be more of one than the other. And it already has. I was looking back at some of the videos the other day. I just watched them back just to see if I've done anything heinously wrong with them. I was looking back at one the other day and it was mostly just me running through an area and fighting monsters, so... And those will happen. I didn't get the preemptive on this guy. It would have been cool, but it's not going to be a big deal. This guy's easy, so... I'll probably go into the Crystarium after this. I think we've racked up a decent amount of points now that I should be able to get that roll level, so... Now, I should talk a bit about roll levels. Effectively, roll levels don't have a dramatic effect on your stats, but they affect... Oh man, I read about this the other day and I've completely forgotten. They essentially affect your... well, aside from your character growth, because the roll levels usually sit at a point where you will then go to the next layer of the Crystarium. But even so, they do affect some stuff with regards to the character. They're not actually entirely meaningless. And in fact, there's a couple of hidden stats I think that are affected by roll levels as well. So they're always worth getting if they appear in the tree. Usually you'll get them anyway because they usually appear at the end of a section, and you don't really have much other direction to go. But I think there's a couple of cases where the roll level is on a side branch of the Crystarium, so... Anyway, I said I was going to do that now, so yeah, we'll do that right now, because we've got a lot of Crystarium points. So he gets his roll level, so that gains him as a Ravager. And then I'll put the rest of his points up into Medic, and you can see there's another roll level node for his Medic sitting there. So then we'll spend hers. She'll get her Commando roll level, and... hang on. Yep. And I will put into her Ravager. I'm not really planning to ever use her as a medic, so I'm not going to level up her medic unless I've run out of other stuff to level up. So, it just isn't worth it outside of the stat gains that I'll get for doing it. So, I've got these two Vespids here. Anyway, I'm probably going to go to, as I said before, the next save point after that last one. That should round out this video quite nicely. So here we go with these guys. Gotta be a bit careful with these guys. They have some surprisingly hard-hitting attacks, actually. And yeah, that higher than normal for an enemy of this type stagger point. So just gotta be a bit careful with that. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for us, but. And I like to think of this as a collaborative effort. I'm playing, you're watching, you know. I can feel the vibes. That's what it is. So yeah, just keep an eye on health. That last journey into the Crystarium there should have got these two up to a point where they're doing pretty decently. It'll be really fun when we switch back to Vanille and SARS, and we've got a whole bunch of Crystagen points to spend. So, yep, look forward to the next video basically being all Crystarium all the time. There'll be points later on actually where that happens. Well, there won't be points where it's all Crystarium all the time, but there'll be points later on where Now, I'm just trying to remember. Did I get that chest before when I killed that thing? Yes, I did. Good. I just had one of those moments where I just literally couldn't remember, after killing the behemoth before, whether I actually went and got the chest that he was hiding behind. I feel like I have forgotten the chest, but I can't remember if it was that one. I don't want to run back and try and get it either. Let's just assume I've gotten all the chests, and if you've been watching the video to this point and you know for a fact that I haven't, you can feel free to laugh at me in the comments. Sometimes I just forget what I've been doing like a few minutes ago, it just goes blank. I should probably see a doctor about that, but I don't think it's a big deal at this stage. Besides, as long as I'm killing these guys, it's okay, right? As long as I remember I'm playing this game, it's okay. Okay, so that looks vaguely like a... Oh no, it was just a blue glow on this particular one. They have really funny mouths, those Thextrons too. If you pay close attention to the mouth while I'm fighting it, you'll see it's got this weird sort of beak hook thing going on with it. Yeah, it's like it's got two clamps on the top and bottom of its mouth. I really can't imagine what they would be useful for. Like maybe attaching to a wire or something. Anyway, the whole idea here is that these are enemies that have been sort of modified from wildlife in this area and turned into these enemies for the purposes of Psycom and the Guardian Corps and all those guys. Essentially to be used by the Oh, really? That had to happen? Well, that happened. Anyway, we'll be right back into that fight. I just wasn't paying enough attention to everyone's health there, so sorry about that. Sometimes it happens in this game, but as you're no doubt fully aware by now, it doesn't really affect a lot, so just makes our journey to the next save point that much slower. It shouldn't be too bad. Just yeah, now we'll go yin and yang. Remember the paradigms. Use the paradigms. Oh yeah, we are using those paradigms. The key to victory is to paradigm. Well, paradigm shift, I guess. The key to victory is to kill the enemies and not let them kill the guy that you're in control of. I'm just taking the safety play here. There we go. We're not going to die now. I try not to fuss too much over game overs, but sometimes it's just a bit annoying if it's something I sort of wasn't paying enough attention to at the time. I'm going to watch this video back later, and I'll notice just how low I let. Oh wow. It's because that attack does a heap of damage, that's why. I didn't realise how much damage that attack actually did. There we go. See, that was painless. Even if we only 4-starred the battle. Nothing of interest that way. So we'll go up here, nothing of interest over there. Okay, so we've got these guys. And I think there'll be a save point not long after this. And that's where we'll leave this video. So, yeah, clear out the 2 Thextrons. This will be a video where this will be a fight where I have to keep an eye on health a bit, because the behemoth will probably get to use his charge attack before I can finish him off. So. Never mind the fact that he hits like a truck anyway. Okay, let's get this guy out of the way. Don't lose that combo. Yes. Yep, but he's probably going to do that charge attack. It's not super deadly. I think it'll hit for about half health. Just got to make sure we heal after it happens. Bang. Didn't even hit for that much, really. I'm not even going to medic up yet. Actually, I will, just for safety. There we go. Okay, should be able to finish this guy off pretty painlessly now. Extermination mode. Ow, that hurt. So I guess that's what he charges up. Oh, and that heave attack, yeah. Yep. I've seen him use that before. Not a big deal. Got through it. And I think we're about to come into another cutscene. There should be another save point just after this. And hopefully not a boss battle. I don't think there's a boss battle yet.
サッツたちかどうだろうな逃げたとしてもいつかは追いつかれるどこかで観念するか覚悟を決めるかだな
覚悟あいつ生きてると思います
スノーか無駄に頑丈だからなあいつの取り柄はそれだけさ初めて会った時から慣れ慣れしくて気に食わなかったガキを集めて大将を気取ってノラとか名乗って
どうしてノラなんですか
直球すぎて笑えるぞノラは野良猫権力の犬と違って気ままに生きるんだといいゴミ分さ
最低ですね
Okay, so we're going to leave this video here. Just make this save, and we will come back with another video, hopefully tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, maybe in the next few days. We'll see how we go, so I'll see you all next time.